14-85 State versus James McDaniel.
Your Honor, Mr. McDaniel appears here today. The court had ordered a forensic evaluation back in October, late September. There were some issues with the state in getting that squared away. That examination has taken place. We haven't received a report.
Oh, I see.
This matter is set for trial at the 1st of December, and I'll go ahead and move to continue, but no telling when we will receive the report.
You'll send us a short order, or motion rather, I'll grant it.
Will do, Judge.
13-205 State versus Richard G. House, domestic battery in the second. Looks like on September 18th, Mr. House was adjudged guilty, and the matter was set down for hearing, continued once, but for sentencing on this day. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. I received a report from probation. I may need to read over it again, but does the state have a recommendation in the case?
Your Honor, I believe the sentencing report does recommend.
It made no recommendation.
It indicates that the guidelines recommend either ADC or CCC, and that the individual does not qualify for CCC because of the level of the crime, because of what the crime is. So that's what the act is.
Do you have a copy of the report? This case is confusing to me because this gentleman stood here and pled guilty as an accomplice, and reading the report, it looked like the principal was placed on probation.
Your Honor,
I don't understand.
if I might be allowed to address the court's statement.
Okay.
I was not quick enough to seize the opportunity to add to the facts, but the facts have proven in court would have been the victim and the other co-defendant would have both testified that Mr. House was more than an accomplice.
Okay.
That's the opinion of the defendant that's expressed in the sentencing report.
Is that his position? That, what he said, as I recall, that he allowed someone, I don't remember the exact words, paraphrasing, to abuse a child in his home. Is he now saying that he abused the child?
Your Honor, what we pled to and the statements that Mr. House made were in more the line of an accomplice. I believe that a more accurate depiction of what Mr. House's position would be is that both he and the co-defendant, who has already received probation from Judge Webb's court, were equal in their contribution, or equal in their fault.
Well, I guess just get down to brass tacks. Somebody, for lack of a better term, beat the child. Is he saying he participated in that?
Yes.
Okay. Tell you what, I want to read the report again, and I'll call the case in a few minutes. I want to read the report at the break, see what to do about it. Reported previously, Judge Mr. House guilty and were set down for sentencing. Unlike most cases, there's a lot of conflict in the case about who did what. And I just think that the only fair way to handle the matter is to obtain more facts about what actually happened. We can proceed with a hearing before the court. We can proceed with an advisory jury. The judgment's not been entered. Mr. House, he can withdraw his plea and proceed at a guilt or innocence phase before a jury. But I might as well flip a coin to sentence the man right now, and there's nothing just about that. But when I look at the initial papers, it looks like the mother is by far the principal. Apparently she got a probationary plea. I'm not criticizing, I'm just pointing. I'm sure that there's a lot I don't know or wouldn't be saying these things. But then when we get down to this point, it looks like it's different.
Your Honor, I think given the issues that the court has brought forward and the uncertainty, particularly in the fault aspect, that it would be in the best interest of not only Mr. House, but in justice in general, that we be allowed, and I so move now, to withdraw our plea that we previously entered of guilt, and a jury can be impaneled at that point, Your Honor, to hear all the issues, including guilt, and if found guilty, to handle the issue of sentencing.
Well, I think he has the authority to do that. I'll allow that to happen, but gentlemen, I want to try it before the first of the year.
That is fine, Judge.
All right, so we're setting it down for trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
14-213, State versus Mark Bland. Delivery of marijuana, distribution near certain facilities, several other drug-related crimes.
Judge, I believe discovery is complete in this case. I've met with my client several times. We are in receipt of an offer that we are not in a position to accept at this time. We'll just leave it as scheduled.
Very well. State versus Brian Calvert, furnishing prohibited articles, possession of methamphetamine. That's 14-233, 14-55 is possession of methamphetamine, instruments of crime. 14-166, burglary, theft.
Your Honor, there's no action to take in this matter today. The state, I believe, is getting a universal offer to the public defender's office soon, and hopefully we'll be able to dispose of all three cases at one time. No action today, though.
Very well.
Thank you, Your Honor.